right, welcome back for the next encounter of Keep on the Shadowfell. We are at encounter A2 of Kobold Lair outside. Well, I guess it's entitled Kobold Lair outside. Encounter A2, and this one looks a little bit trickier. A lot more monsters involved in this one, and well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. You never know. All right, so let's jump into this. We got some features going on here. Obviously, you can hear we got some light rain happening down there in the area, and the heroes have made their way into the little bit of the brush here. The features of the area here, it's basically bright light. It's raining. They got trees, but it's not difficult terrain. It may provide cover, so it's kind of providing cover, possibly, for the heroes right now. They have the river flowing there with the waterfall over onto it there. The waterfall is difficult terrain. You can see if we scooch the map over, it is difficult terrain moving through that waterfall there to kind of enter into some sort of a cave or something of the Kobold Lair here. But the other feature they have going on here is this little circle. And what this is this is a sacred circle that actually adds a magical power to you when you're standing within it, of a +1 bonus to attack rolls. So, pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes. We do have some minions here, about 10 of them, all spread out through the whole area here, being the outside of this Kobold Lair. And I think we have we got a slinger up top here too, here in the back corner, that is kind of standing guard there at another entrance, all by himself, with the other ones down here in the middle, doing whatever they may be doing. But this is where we'll start the encounter at the moment. Oh, we also do have a little, that's right, the slinger's here. This is a skirmisher up here. This is the slinger down here by the waterfall. With that, we'll go ahead and see, with our heroes having completed the A1 encounter, the Kobold ambush that was set for them as they were making their way out here to the Kobold Lair, gotten information about where these kobolds that have been causing trouble for Winterhaven might have been hanging around. That being said, they are here now, and they're kind of hanging with the trees, kind of peering through to see all these guys here. And I think what they're going to attempt to do is attempt to get a surprise round with their stealth, to see if they can do that. Now, the kobolds do have some, we'll be doing that as kind of a group stealth check for all 5 heroes versus the passive perceptions of the kobolds, and then I'll determine kind of what happens with that collective stealth check versus the passive perceptions. So with that, Kobold Dragon Shield has a passive perception of 12. The Kobold Minion has a all the Kobold Minions have a passive perception of 11. The Skirmisher has a 10, and the Slinger has an 11. So let's go ahead and do some rolls, and let's see how well if our heroes can earn themselves some sort of a surprise round here, and let's see what happens with that. Okay, so let's start off with Andor. He gets his +10 to his stealth. Ooh, 24, that is nice. Okay, Harbreak gets a +1 on his stealth check. Not too bad. 10, it's close. Let's go with Mira with a +2. Oh, Mira, come on. Talking too loudly or something. Okay, that's not very good. We'll see how the averages come out for him. Let's go Perrin with his straight 1d20. Not bad. 7. This is not looking good. Let's try Skylar with her +10. Oh, that's crazy. That's really low. I don't know if he's going to get it. Andor started off well, so he's got 24, and then we have a 10 from Harbrick, then we got a 3 from Mira, a 7 from Perrin, and a 13 from Mira. So that gives us 57 divided by 5 is at about 11.4. So I'm going to say, I got 11.4, it's just going to be rounded down to an 11. That is going to be the minions, the dragon shield, and the slinger are not surprised. So with our heroes currently where they are at in the trees there, I'm going to say a surprise round does not get to happen. Okay, so we're going to just go straight into initiative and jump right into round 1. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative and see how we line up. Oh, not too bad. Mira and Andor there at the top, as they should be. Skylar down there at the bottom. Let's see what we can do with this here. All right, let's jump in. I don't think there's anything else that we should be doing around here. Everybody's aware of the other people. Something happened while they were moving into the trees that alerted the kobolds, and they have, alerted each other that this is, that there's intruders coming. So we are going to head right into this. Let's see what we want Mira to do. I'm thinking, the heroes might want to try to get into that circle there somewhere and see what they can do. The dragon shield is way down there, so other people are going to get a chance to do some stuff. But maybe we have Mira. We can have her drop a scorching burst. Look at that. Get the things up here. I think I'm going to have her drop a scorching burst out there from the trees. Maybe something like this. Because she can drop a scorching burst. It's an area burst one within 10. I mean, she could drop it down further to these guys here. But I think what we're going to do is try to take out some of these minions quickly to free the area for them to kind of get in this circle and get that +1 going on there. Now, Mira does not have anything really, kind of like Andor, where he has his first strike. So she's just going to be a straight attack on minion number 1 and minion number 2 with this scorching burst. I guess she could do her magic missile too, but no, I think her scorching burst is a better AoE thing there. And maybe we could take 2 of these guys out right away. So let's do that. It's a +6 versus reflex. It's on hits that she will get the +2 to the damage roll with her destructive wizardry when she hits 2 or more creatures. But let's give it a shot. On number 1 first, against, this is going to be a +6 versus reflex. Getting onto minion number 1, 16, that should be enough. Minions have a reflex of 13, that is a hit on number 1. Let's roll it again for number 2. Oh, that's going to be a miss. And with a minion, it is always a miss. A missed attack never damages a minion. Even with her scorching burst, I guess she could use the War Mage power to increase that. Where did that go? It's a daily though. Now we're not going to do that right now. Okay, so number 2 is going to be a miss. Number 1, so obviously number 1's going to die, but I'm trying to get 2 of them in there. So we'll just roll some damage just for the fun of it. It's going to be a 1d6 +5 +2, so 1d6 +7 damage. Obviously enough to kill number 1 at 10. So let's go ahead and mark him out. Give him an X, marks his death spot. Let's get rid of the area burst here. And let's take number 1 and give him 10 damage. Minion number 1. And he eggs actually down into the graveyard. I better scoot this down because there's a lot of monsters up there. Okay, number 1 is out. Mirista still has a move action, but you know, I think she will save her. She will not save it, but she just won't move there yet until everybody else gets a chance to come in. Just to kind of be back there in the trees. No, we'll just leave it at that. Moving on. Andor's up next. Okay, he needs to get this dragon shield out of here. So I think we're going to have him try to attempt a positioning strike. So he is going to move up 1, 2. The trees are not difficult terrain, so it's just, you know, it provides a little bit of cover while they're in there. So I would say with the trees, they're getting like a +2 cover. A good thing to keep in mind with the minions if they want to try to work their way in and around. But Andor's going to move forward. He just moved forward 2, and then he's going to do a positioning strike. I think he wants to slide that dragon shield out of this circle. So let's do a +10 versus his will. He does have combat advantage against any creature that has not yet acted. So he gets combat advantage, so that's going to give him a +2. So that'll be a 12 on there. So he gets a +12 versus will. It's going to be kind of hard to miss, but you never know. That one could pop up. Hopefully not. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. All right. Golly, that really stinks. This is just not going their way right now. I know that Perrin has a triggered reaction here. An enemy is hit with attack. Nope, he doesn't have anything against that. It's basically the humans, they have their heroic effort. So Andor immediately uses up his positioning strike. He's unable to hit that nasty 1. That's just horrible. He's out there. He still has a minor. I guess he could use his tumble to... he already used his move action because it requires a move action. So one's got a minor left. That's it. Did I miss anything? +2? No, he got his +2 for combat advantage. It's just wasted. That's horrible. Okay. Well, it is what it is. We are moving on. Nothing else he wants to do with his minor. Wait a second. 14 versus will. That and the 13 is a hit anyway. Oh, but 1's a miss always. Always. Yeah. A rolled 1 is a miss. That's the way. So 13 actually still would have hit the will of the dragon shield, but a roll on the d20 of 1 is always a miss. So no matter, he's in the circle now. He's in the circle with it. He should have got a +1 to his attack roll. But if he would just roll a 2, that dice, I did see it roll off that 2. And right onto that 1, he could have actually pushed the dragon shield out of there. But that's not going to happen. Moving on. Minion number 6. Where are you? He's down there. He does have a ranged attack. So let's go ahead and have him stay where he's at right now and have him hurl a javelin attack at Andor. He knows the other people are in there. He just hasn't seen them yet. They're still kind of in there in the trees. So he's going to hurl a javelin at Andor and see if he can hit him with one of his 3 javelins. So, +5 versus AC. He's not getting a 1. He's not getting a +1. Here we go. 17 versus AC on Andor is just a miss. Okay, Andor kind of knowing that he's in, he's in this circle, and he's just brought himself out as a target to all these guys. He's able to dodge away from that javelin attack. Back to minion number 6. He does have a minor action to where he could shift. Now the river, there is some spots here where there's some rocks that are difficult terrain, but he could shift into the regular part of the river if he wanted to. You know what? I think I'm going to have him move his speed. So I'm going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get up into melee there with Andor after that. He could use a minor action to shift, but I think we'll leave him right there in the trees. The kobolds kind of knowing that there are more heroes in here. Yeah, they're going to kind of move around like that. Number 8, he's way far down here. Can't quite see what's going on. He did see 6 throw the javelin. Let's have him move first and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe 6. So have him move there and then throw a javelin at Andor from that spot. So he gets the +1. That's going to be a +6 versus AC. Is that enough? 17 is just a miss. That's 2 misses on Andor. He's kind of, you know, dodging or, you know, blocking away these javelins coming at him. Skirmisher number 1. I think we'd hear the battle and start moving in through the trees. So let's have him double move. Because he does not have any ranged attacks. He needs to get into melee. So let's have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's have him go 1, 2. Kind of blocking the way of Skylar there from moving into that circle. Oh, this is kind of worked out really bad. They didn't get that surprise round, but let's see what happens. He did double move, so he does not have anything. He does have a minor to where he could shift. You know, let's have him do that. It won't provoke anything. Harbrek does not have him marked. So if he had him marked, he could have been he could have used his combat challenge whenever a marked enemy shifts or makes an attack that doesn't include you. Yep. Okay, so skirmisher number 1 is in there. He's ready to start some fight, and now it's Harbrek's turn. Harbrek, let's see what he can do. You know, I don't think we want to knock this guy prone at the moment, but he needs to get out there past the skirmisher because he knows that the ladies can take care of that skirmisher quite well. He needs to get in there, that circle, and start handling things. So let's have him, you know, maybe we have him attempt a bull rush to knock that dragon shield out of there, because he'll kind of just go into 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to, whoa, wait, what he can do, you pick an adjacent enemy, move up your speed as long as you end that movement next to him. No, we're not going to do that. I mean, that's his pass forward. He could do that, but he would have to pick the skirmisher, but then he couldn't get a bull rush. So what we're going to do is we're going to chance a opportunity attack from the skirmisher and have him try to bull rush through Andor to the dragon shield. So he's just going to go ahead and move him up here. And then I'm going to roll an opportunity attack for the skirmisher. Doesn't get a +1, but he will get. Let's see what he's got here. The skirmisher deals 1 extra melee ranged attacks if it has combat advantage. It does not have combat advantage, but he'll just get his standard spear attack. So +6 versus AC. Let's see if he hits Harbrek. It's like the dice is. Ooh, that's going to be a hit. 24 is going to hit him. Okay, 1d8 damage. Let's see what he does. Yeah, the monsters are rolling good. 6 damage on Harbrek as he gets out there to bull rush. Okay. Harbrek takes 6 damage from that opportunity attack. Something he needed to do. I don't think he has anything else he can do to prevent that. But he will come in, and he's going to try to bull rush number 1. So let's look up Bull Rush. Basically, I know it's going to be a strength versus fortitude. And it has to be one size smaller or the same size or one category larger to Bull Rush. And you make a strength attack versus fortitude defense. Do not add the modifier from the weapon. Okay, so he's just doing basic strength. So Harbreck's strength is a +3. And it's going to be a +3 against the Dragon Shield's fortitude of 14. Come on, big roll. Is that enough? That's just enough. All right. Then what happens is you push the target 1 square. He's going to push him right there. And then you shift into the vacated square. All right. Nice. Harbreck's in there with his +1. I guess he would have got the +1. It wasn't an attack. It was. It was a strength attack. So that should have really been a +4 versus it. So it should have made a 15. But it still hit. Pushed him through. If there's no square, okay, yeah, we're all good. Yep. So he pushed him through. He still has a minor. He did his move. Oh, actually, no, that's a standard action. So he does have a move action. You know what? Perrin's going to go next, but I think he's going to hang back there. Maybe the ladies will shoot from the trees now while we have these other guys here, but you know, they really need to start picking off these minions because they do have a ranged attack. Who's his standard? The Bull Rush. Because I don't think that takes up his move action. It doesn't say anything here on it that it uses the move action. So he still does have his pass forward. Oh, also, we're going to mark the skirmisher. We'll give him a nice blue mark. That means that Harbreck has marked him. Not too bad. And if he passes forward, you pick an adjacent enemy and move up to your speed. Up to your speed. So he could move 1, he could move 2. You know, Andor's there with both of them. I think Harbreck's going to stay. I think he's going to stay right there. Unless he wants to drop an action point, try a cleave or something to get an attack. At this point, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to have him action point and see if he can cleave somebody. So I'm going to use his first action point because they had a milestone. They did complete 2 encounters without taking an extended rest. They're now onto their 3rd encounter without an extended rest. So I'm going to have Harbreck action point at this point, and he's going to cleave onto the Dragon Shield. He will get a +9 versus AC plus the +1 for being in the circle. So that's going to be a +10 versus AC. I don't think there's anything else that adds on there. He doesn't get any bonuses when he uses an action point. He gets a +2 bonus. Darn, I thought he would have. I'm just reading something here for his combat superiority. But it's a +2 bonus to his attack rolls for opportunity attacks. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and roll the cleave with a +10. That's going to be a 20. Oh, that 20 was so close. Okay, that's still going to be a hit on the Dragon Shield number 1. He has an 18 armor class. So what he's going to do is 2d6 plus 6, and then he'll do 3 damage onto the minion number 8, which will kill him. Not a bad turn there. Harbreck, let's see what kind of damage you do. 2d6 plus 6 for the cleave. And an enemy adjacent to you other than the target takes 3 damage. Nice. So we do 14 damage onto the Dragon Shield. That's its first hit. It drops him down to 22, not blooded yet. And minion number 8 will take 3 damage. And that will do him in. So let's go ahead and put him out. Give him a nice little X here to mark that he is no longer in combat. Okay, nice turn. Nice usage of your action point there, Harbrek. Way to keep the team going. And now the Dragon Shield is marked. It only has Harbrek as a target, unless he wants to provoke some opportunity attacks. All right, moving on. I don't think there was anything else Harbrek could do. I mean, he still had a minor action, but he doesn't have, the only thing he has is Dwarven Resilience. It's a second wind, which he doesn't need to right now. I mean, he's down to 24 of 37, so he's taking a hit, but I think we're all right. Perrin, moving on. What can he do? I guess he could Healing Strike, but you know, maybe we save that right now. I don't think there's anything he can do. Let's see. Okay, if he does anything ranged, he's going to have to shift back, and that's the wrong direction to go. I mean, that was a pretty big hit onto Harbrek. I mean, he is 24 of 37. You know, maybe Perrin, well, maybe we have him risk a Healing Strike at this point. Let's try that. Let's have him Healing Strike the skirmisher there in front of him. He doesn't have the plus, he doesn't have anything else. So he's going to do a +5 versus AC. That's going to be a 20. Versus the skirmishers. 15 is a hit. And let's do the 2d8 plus 2 damage. That is going to be 8 damage onto the skirmisher. Not bad. Knocks him down to 19 of 27. With that, and you mark the target until the end of your next turn. Oh, you keep forgetting to put these on here. Okay, I'm going to put this on here real quick. Dragon Shield number 1. I want to make sure this was done by a cleave. Cleave and marked. Oops. By marked. I'll just say he's marked. And this is going to end on the source's next turn. So this one is going to be Harbrek onto there. It is not beneficial. Now the skirmisher, he becomes marked by Perrin, which Perrin is orange. And we'll go ahead and put on skirmisher here. Let's add his. This was a until the end of his next turn is, I think, the way it reads. Healing Strike, marked until the end of your next turn. In addition, one ally within 5 squares, you can spend a Healing Surge, and it's going to get the +3 to that there because of his healer's lore. So let's have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, Harbrek is within 5. He'll focus that on Harbrek. Harbrek is able to, I'll take a Healing Surge off. He's going to get 9 plus 3. So that's going to give him 12 points back. Doesn't, I thought he usually, oh, that's on Healing Word. He gets an extra 1d6. Okay. So with this one, the Healing Strike, the ally within 5 squares can spend a Healing Surge, and you get a +3 additional hit points from his healer's lore class feature. So 9 plus 3 is our 12 healing on to Harbrek. Brings him back up to almost full. Not bad. And we have 2 of the kobolds are marked now. Now that was a standard action. He still has a minor. We're not going to use Blesh yet. Other encounters is Healing Words. You know what? I think I'm going to have him shift into the trees up next to the skirmisher that way, so that way Mira is blocked from the skirmisher. And then if that skirmisher decides to attack anybody else, he can get an opportunity attack. Let's move on from there. Slinger number 1. All right. His range is 20 on his special shot. I think we'll just go ahead and let's roll. Let's let the dice gods decide who he's going to attack. Andor's odds, Harbrick is evens on a d6. Odds is going to be Andor. So I think I said that right. Odds onto Andor, evens onto Harbrick. Yep. So let's do a +8 versus AC against Andor, and we'll see if he hits and see what kind of special shot goes on there. Oh, that was close. That's a hit. All right, 1d6 + 5. Oh, max damage, 11 damage on Andor. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. 11 damage, and let's roll a 1d6 to see which type of special shot was used, which is a stink pot. -2 penalty to attack rolls. Ugh. Andor. Okay. Let's add this on here. What's it called? This was a special shot, stink pot, so I'll just call it stink pot. Yeah, like that. Grab it. -2 penalty to attack rolls. Okay. Source is 1, and the target is Andor. And save ends. All right. He's making him stink there and throwing things out. So let's go ahead and put a condition on Andor here, a condition marker, just to remind me that there is something negative going on there for him. Okay. Slinger number 1. Yeah, that was pretty good. He's got 2 more special shots with it. He does have a minor. He can't shift into difficult terrain, but he can move. So let's have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This way he's kind of got a nice look of everybody, besides the people in the trees who have cover. All right. Moving on, number 7. Nothing else for the Slinger. Minion number 7. Where are you hiding? He's down there. All right, let's have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets in there. Yeah, he can't shift in difficult terrain. He's here. Could throw a javelin from there. That's pretty much, he's a minion, so he's doing 4 damage anyway, so I think he wants to get in there on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, straight melee attack, +5 versus AC. Dice is taking a little bit longer to go. It's like winding up, ready to roll. Not quite yet. There it goes. Oh, is that going to be a hit? 17 versus Harbrick's 19 is a miss. All right. Moved. I mean, he could minor action to shift back, but I mean, he's got to save that +1. I did forget to give him a +1. Still 18 versus 19 is not going to be a hit. No marks. Defenses against traps. All right. We're moving on. Number 2 is next. We're going to do this with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now he's next to the skirmisher. And why we did that is the skirmisher has this power. Kobold Skirmisher deals an extra 1d6 damage on melee and ranged attacks against the target it has combat advantage against, and its mob attack. A Kobold Skirmisher gains a +1 bonus to attack rolls per Kobold ally adjacent to the target. So he's not quite adjacent yet to him, but he's still in there. He doesn't want to provoke, but he did move forward, and I think he's going to go after Andor. But that's the reason I was thinking there, because then he could get up on there and kind of help out that skirmisher. But he'll just do his melee javelin attack against Andor, +5 versus AC. He's not in the zone there, so he's not getting the +1. 15's not going to be enough. Andor has a AC of 18. That will be a miss, unless something for Andor's. It's -2 to his attack rolls from the stink pot. All right, that's all. He does have a minor action. He could shift there, but I think he's wanting to shift here. Now he's adjacent for the skirmisher to actually be able to get that bonus on there. So we'll have him shift that way. I don't think Andor has anything he can do when he shifts. But an enemy moves in adjacent, that's a repulsion armor. That's not going to do anything. Nope, we got to remember his life drinker. He can get 5 temporary hit points when you drop an enemy to 0 hit points with a melee attack made with this weapon. I got to remember that. That's an at-will immediate reaction. It's pretty nice for that life drinker weapon. All right, number 2's done. Moving on. Number 3. Oh, he's way back there. So I'll have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't tell. Was that difficult training? It's not. 4, 5, 6. He can get up there on top of where his buddy was at. Now he can make a ranged attack against Harbrek at this point. Not being in the circle, it's just going to be a standard +5 versus AC. That's going to be a miss. Minion's not doing too well. But they're getting themselves in a way here to where Mira's AoE can't hit her. Number 10, he's way down here. Let's see what he's going to do. I think we're going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now he's up there. And maybe he catches sight of Mira and goes 1, 2, 3, 4. That way he's up on to Mira for next when she tries to cast or anything. Okay. Skylar is next. They can't do any. 10 can't do anything else besides shifting. Yeah, I guess he could use his minor to shift. I mean, he could give Skirmisher a good boost there, or he could shift this way to kind of help prevent them from escaping or moving out. We'll do this. We'll leave it up to the dice gods. Here is odds. Here is evens. Let's do it. Odds. Boom. He's going there. All right. Skylar's turn. All right. Skylar is back up here. She needs to get away a little bit here. She doesn't want to go too far. So let's have her shift. Well, wait. She has a power here. All right. Let's see what she can do. With her twin strike, she can hit 2 people, but only with a +2 to the attack. The sure shot, that's a daily. Okay, with evasion strike, you can shift 3 squares either before or after the attack. She could, but then she'll provoke. Okay, so what I was thinking is if she did her evasive strike, she could go 1, 2, 3, and then she could attack number 1. But she does have defensive mobility. She gets a +2 to AC against opportunity attacks. And anytime she, with her running attack, she'll get that +1 with that evasion strike. She can take that skirmisher down, potentially. And she'll get a +1 bonus. So that'd be 11 versus it. And she could, oh, it was her, we're going to do this too. While she was back up here, put her back up there. I'm going to put the yellow dot. She's going to use her minor action, and she's going to put her quarry on the skirmisher. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Skylar's turn. I'm going to add quarry, and this is pretty much special. It's going to last there until she changes her quarry. So she's quarried him. Now, with her evasion strike, she can shift 3 squares, which that way will not provoke any opportunity attacks. 1, 2, 3 from either of them, because it's a shift. But when she does her ranged attack, a ranged attack against skirmisher number 1, she will provoke that way, just from number 2. So let's roll the attack first on the skirmisher, giving her the +11 versus AC, the extra +1 for the running attack. So let's try that first. Ooh, 14 versus AC of the skirmisher. Oh, just missed. Oh wait, I forgot the +1. +1 from the circle, so that actually makes it hit. Just barely. So that would have been a +12. So 3 + 12 will give it the 15. That will be a hit. Whew. I was wondering, I knew I was missing something there. Okay, so Skylar will hit with her evasion strike. At this point, before I roll damage, I'm going to go ahead and have the skirmisher. Skirmisher number 2 is going to do his melee attack +5 versus AC against Skylar. I believe this misses. It does. Okay. Nothing happening. She kind of, when she's evading out there, she knew what she was going to do, and so she kind of prepared herself. And she lets off her arrow, which is going to hit the skirmisher for 2d10 +7, plus an extra d6 for its core damage. So 2d10 +7, plus an extra d6. Oh, max damage on the 10s. Did you see the 10? It rolled off from the 2. Well, the second d10 rolled off from the 2 onto the 10. That's awesome. 30 damage on skirmisher. That's got to be enough to kill him. Yeah, it's overkill. That is overkill. Okay. Damage. Guess what, skirmisher? You are no longer quarried, and you are no longer marked. So let's go ahead and take those off there, and let's white him out and put a nice little X marks the spot of his death. All right, nice job, Skylar. That was beautifully done. What a beautiful evasion strike. Missing with the opportunity attack, and going from there. All right. Now she's in with the +1. She's got a good view kind of all these other minions around. She might be able to take them out, but she is in range of the slinger now, but we'll see. She's got some pretty heavy shots she can do. All right, let me mark off her evasive strike. She used that one there. All right, no more marks going on there. Skirmisher is out. It's now the Dragon Shield's turn. He's been marked by Harbrick, so obviously he is going to dirty tactics at Harbrick. We'll use this one here. +5 versus AC. He's not flanking. Doesn't have any sort of combat advantage. Okay, I can't remember his Dragon Shield tactics. An enemy adjacent to the Kobold shifts, or an enemy moves to an adjacent square to the Kobold. The Kobold can shift 1 square. So that he got pushed out there by the bulrush, but then that's not a shift. I think the bulrush, does it say shift into that square? No. Oh, and shift into the square. So he could have actually got it, but I won't retcon him. Don't worry about it. He wants to stay in melee anyway, so he did not use his immediate reaction. If it goes to something else, we'll have him do that. At this point, we'll have the Dragon Shield do his dirty tactics, +5 versus reflex on Harbrek. And 1 is always a miss. That's not going to go. Alright, do we want the Dragon Shield to shift anywhere? I mean, he could shift up here to kind of get more action happening on Skylar if she does any sort of ranged attacks, but I mean, she could scoot back here too. But then he blocks the other skirmisher. I think he's good where he's at. I think we'll leave him there. He's marked by Harbrek, plus because he's got to stay focused on Harbrek, because if he attacks anybody else, that will it could have him move up here, and then he provokes an opportunity attack onto Skylar, and then Harbrek gets a free opportunity attack against him. But we'll go ahead and leave him down where he's at. Moving on. Don't really want to have him shift nor move. Minion number 9 back down to the bottom. I think he's going to follow number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll get him back up here. Everybody's kind of all on the map now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double move up to there. He can shift. Skirmisher's gone. Nothing's really going to happen. He's in melee with all of them there. Let's go ahead and move on from there, because he double shifted to get up into the action. Number 5, we'll have him go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he could make a javelin attack. I can't get to Skylar at that point, but I mean, he could see Andor and he could see Harbrek. Let's do the dice gods here again. Odds, Andor, evens, Harbrek. Evens, Harbrek. All right. Going on to a ranged +5 versus AC. Ooh, 19's going to hit. 24, yep. 5 damage onto Harbrek again from the javelin attack. From number 4, and nothing really else they do. Bonus to all defenses against traps. He can shift 1 square if he wants. Maybe we have him shift into over his dead buddy right there. Could have done that before it, but all good. Number 4 is next. Let's have him go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's have him throw a javelin attack against Skylar. +5 versus AC. Ooh, rolled right off that 20. Ooh, that was close. 11 is definitely not enough to hit. He does have a minor action, so let's have him minor and move into there. Skylar's kind of pinned in. She's got to find some sort of way here to get out of there. She moved into that circle. She's got that +1, but ooh, yeah, she's kind of pinned in. There's opportunity attacks all the way around. She may have to switch to melee, which is not her strong suit. All right, that was number 4. They're kind of piling in around him. Mira. Need Mira to do something here. Let's have Mira. Mira's going to go shift back here. That way, that's her move action. At this point, she can see through the trees. She sees the goblins going everywhere. I think I'm going to have her lay down another scorching burst. Okay, let me bring this out here. Get it to size. Oop, too small. There we go. Okay, so I'm thinking she might be able to burning hands at this point. But this is on a minion. I don't want to waste that on a minion. I'd rather do the scorching burst, the area effect. Oh, I forgot about her Moonstride. An enemy moves adjacent to you. You become insubstantial until the end of your next turn. Then you shift 2 squares. Ooh, I could have done that. You know, maybe I'll retcon that a little bit. Because that is an encounter power, and that would have been the perfect time for it. I am going to retcon that. So, she was here. Let me move her area burst down here for the moment. So when, I'll say number 10 got up in there and then or number 9 did. So she stayed there with number 10. And then she's going to do her Moonstride, which is an encounter power. And what she'll do is an enemy moves adjacent to you, you become insubstantial. So, let me grab that word. And I'm going to put that on her. And that becomes, what does it say? Into the end of your next turn. Okay, so let's add capitalized insubstantial. And I'll say from Moonstride. And this is beneficial into the end of the source's next turn onto herself. Okay. And now I gotta look this up. I know I've seen this once before. You take half damage. Okay, I want to edit that then. Stride is one word, not capitalized. From any damage. Half damage. Can't spell today. Including ongoing. Okay, that's good. Half damage, all. Until the end of her next turn. Not bad. With that, she will shift 2 squares. So she's going to go 1 and 2. Now she's got a good view of everything. I think what I'll have her do first is lay down Scorching Burst here on these 2. And it's going to be a +6 versus Reflex. We'll do number 2 first. It's going to be a hit because reflexes are 13. That's a hit on number 2. Let's go ahead and roll it again for number 4. Oh, okay. You miss with an attacker roll. You gain a +4 bonus. Will that do anything? +4 if she uses her heroic effort. On to number 4. That still would give her enough oomph to Skylar enough oomph to move back. Because number 2 is going to die. Her heroic effort, you miss with an attack roll or a saving throw. You gain a +4 racial bonus to the attack or roll or saving throw from her heroic effort. That only brings it up to 12, which is not enough to hit a 13 on reflexes. So we won't use that yet. Nothing else really has to bolster that. I don't think Perrin has anything they can do too. Oh yeah, that's right, because he doesn't have, his is only on hits to their characters. Alright, so, alright, gosh, her Scorching Burst, these minions are jumping out of the way, so let's go ahead and roll some damage anyway. 1d6 plus 5 plus 2, so 1d6 plus 7. Damage from the Scorching Burst and the Destructive Wizardry, because it was 2 creatures. Oh, no. Guess what? I did that wrong. Destructive Wizardry says when you use an arcane power and hit 2 or more creatures, you gain a +2 bonus to it. So she did not hit it. Let's clear that. That's going to be 1 + 5. I didn't do it on the other one, but it's, you know, it was a minion last time too. Minimum damage, but still 6 is enough to take out number 2. Where's number 2? He's way down there. 6 damage on him. Let's go ahead and mark him out. Oops, not lock him. Mark him out. Give him a nice little X. And I think at that point, you know, I'm going to... She shifted there. I'm going to have her use a move action. Or move action first. Give this Scorching Burst out here because we're going to use that again. Put her down here for now. And she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think she's going to stay there. And she's going to action point. She's going to use one of her action points. So that way she's away from number 9 and 10. She's kind of just taken off. Have her use one of her action points. And then lay down another Scorching Burst. Like right there. Gosh, do I want to really increase that blast area? Because if I increase it by 1, you know, I could possibly... Nope, I can't even still that way. You can't increase it by 1 to get all those other ones in there. It's going to stay there. Okay, yeah. If we increase the zone by 1, I guess it becomes more like this. Is increased by 1, then we could actually get all of those guys in there yet. But that is a, I think that's her War Mage, and it's a daily. It's a free action daily. Use this power when using a power that has a blast or burst effect. I mean, she could increase it, but it's a daily, and that is, you know, I don't want to use that daily yet. I really, really don't, especially on an action point. I do have to remember that on her action point, she's going to get a +3 bonus to attack rolls during any time you spend an action point. So she used her action point here, so she's going to get the +3 to kind of hit those guys there. She could, you know, try to take out the Dragon Shield, but I think she knows that Harbrek and Andor have it taken care of. The Slinger, she's got +2 coverage because she's still within the trees. So let's just go ahead and do that. Another Scorching Burst from an action point with a +3 to attack rolls. And let's see if we can hit them. Alright, so that's going to be an 8. +8. We'll start with number 3. Oh, at least it wasn't a 1. Oh man, that's still a miss. I mean, okay, she could use her heroic effort on this one to make that a hit. Let me go ahead and roll the other one first and see. Back on number 4 now, that one that eluded her last time. That should be enough. Okay, so let's have her use her heroic effort at this point, which is a free action. So I'm going to mark that one off. And we're going to make that 10 into a 14, so it's going to hit both of them. Now she'll get her extra damage, so let's do the +6 versus 7 on the Scorching Burst. On both of them, we'll roll it, even though it's going to kill them both. We'll still put it up there. 9 damage on number 4. He's out. And 9 damage on number 3. And he is out. I'm going to scoot him back here so we just have 2 that are over the... Oh, I'll scoot him up here. How's that? And let's mark him out. Go ahead and take her Scorching Burst away for now. And number 4 is out. Nice work, Mira. Beautiful. She's got herself in a good position there, away from the other ones that were kind of coming in around her. I mean, they can still get over there, but you know they're going to have to take some more time, and they may provoke from Perrin. Good turn, Mira. Good usage of your action point. Still moonstriding at this point, so you take half damage if anything hits. But it will goes away at the end of her next turn, which I think is now. Let's go find out. No? Because... oh, of your next turn. So it doesn't happen for this turn. Beautiful. It's going to hang in there. I like it. Andor's up next. Man, he needs to get some combat advantage somehow. Let's have him use tumble. You shift up your speed. So you can go 1, 2, 3, or 3. Yeah, he was here. 1, 2, 3. He's going to use his move action and use his tumble power. Let's go ahead and mark that off. To get out on the other side, he is marked by, Andor is marked by Slinger number 1, who's over here. Yes. So when he attacks, when he's marked by him, can the Slinger make... let's see this condition. Let me look this up. I'm curious. The creature takes a -2 penalty to attack rolls for attack rolls that don't include the marking creature as the target. Oh. A creature can be subject only to 1 mark at a time, and a new mark supersedes. A mark ends immediately if the creator dies or falls unconscious. Oh, so Andor's going to take a -2 penalty to attack rolls that don't include the Slinger right now, because he's marked. That Slinger, where'd he go? He's over here. He used that stink pot on him. He's going to get a chance to save it here at the moment. How did he get marked? Wait a second. Am I doing this wrong? I think... oh, no, that's just the stink pot. That's okay. So he's not marked. I'm sorry. That's just an effect. The mark would be the circle. My bad. He just has the stink pot going on where he gets -2 to attack rolls anyway because of that stinking smell that's all over him. Let's get him there. He's got his combat advantage now against number 5. You know, God, I don't think he has any AoE things he can really do at this point. He used his positioning strike. Okay, let me rethink this. I'm going to turn this, recharge it, bring him back up where he was. Gosh, you know, I really think I'm going to have him go after that Slinger. I think I'm going to have him go after it and go here. When he leaves the square, he's just going to move. He's not going to shift. And then he'll have a +5 versus the opportunity attack. So I'm going to have him go 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really can't get there, can he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, he can get there, and then he can't shift into difficult terrain, so he can't tumble there. But he can use his Death Strike to where you can move up to 2 squares after that. So he could go move up to there to get into melee with the Slinger. That's a good idea. I like that. With his Death Strike. But let's go ahead and resolve. Number 6 is going to make an opportunity attack, who was next after him. A melee one, +5 versus AC, but Andor is going to get a +5. So let's roll the +5. 7, that's not even enough to hit that way, but Andor still had an AC of 23 because of his nimble reaction. He gets a +2 racial bonus. Then Artful Dodger is a +3 bonus, which is kind of like a class bonus. So no, Those do stack, by the way. And then he'll get his -2 attack roll on his Death Strike. So it's going to be a +8 versus AC against the Slinger, unless he wants to use his Duelist Dagger. You get combat advantage against the next creature you attack. Now, he's not going to do that, so let's just go ahead and do the +8 against the Slinger with his Death Strike. 16 versus AC on the Slinger is enough to hit. Whew, that was close. Alright, Death Strike is going to be 1d4 +5. No sneak attack damage, no critical damage, so nothing really big there. Ooh, max damage, that's beautiful. 9 onto the Slinger. Gets hit, his first damage. Down to 15. Nobody's bloodied. Okay, Andor still has an action point, but you know, I think I'm going to save it. He used his move. He still has a minor action, which he doesn't want to use any of his minor powers. I'm not going to have him action point at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and roll the save for him. And hopefully he is no longer stink potted. Oh, rolled right off that 17. Does he get any sort of racial bonuses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is too far away. Let me look this up here. I think he's too far away from Perrin. Yep, he's 6 squares away. So Perrin, let's see what he had here. Close burst 5. You're one ally within burst. Choose it. Target makes a saving throw. I mean, he could do that. He could probably do that on his next turn. Try to help out Andor with that stinking stink pot. He did not save, so moving on. Minion number 6. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Let's see where we want minion number 6 to go. Put it back on the grabber. Thinking. You know, I'm thinking she's going to probably get up. He's going to get up there, and he's going to javelin attack Skylar. Figuring the Dragon Shield on the on Harbreak and the 2 minions there should be okay. So let's try a straight javelin attack, a melee attack against Skylar. +5. 8. That's not enough. That's a miss. She's got the biggest AC here of 20. She's definitely. Does she have anything to do against that? Oh, who used that? That was Mira. Make sure I got that. Yeah, her heroic effort is off. Trigger reactions. She has her heroic effort. When you hit a target, it's a target of your choice. Okay. No. All right. Nothing else to do. He shifted forward. He still does have a minor action to shift. I guess we could have him go here, trying to get up there. We'll have him shift there. He shifted forward as a move action, and then he used his power of shifty to move as a minor action to get there after his standard action of a melee attack. All right. He did get a +1 to that attack because he was in the square, but that's still not enough. Moving on. Harbreck's next. Let's have him cleave again. Cleave. He's in there, so he's going to get a +10. He doesn't have any effects on him. He's going to get that +10 onto. He's going to attack the Dragon Shield, and then either 5 or 7 he'll do the cleave onto if it hits. Let's see what happens. He is marking the Dragon Shield, so by a marked target, he takes a -2 penalty if he attacks anybody else. Doesn't have anything else, so let's go ahead with Harbreck and provokes everything. Nope, so it's just going to be a straight attack. Let's roll it. Ooh, rolled off that 19. Still, 19 is going to be enough to hit the dragon shield, right? He's got an 18 plus... Oh, did I add the 10? Yes, I did. I added the plus 1 there. Okay, so that's going to hit onto the dragon shield. So he rolls 2d6 plus 6. And this is just regular damage from his maul. That's going to be another 13 damage onto the dragon shield. And he will cleave into, let's say, number 7. He'll cleave into number 7, doing 3 damage onto him. Sending him into the graveyard. Or the X yard, whatever you want to call it. He's X'd out. Okay. Not bad. Dragon Shield is bloodied, sitting at 9 hit points right now. Not looking too good for everybody involved here. They are definitely taking some hits and bad things happening right now for the kobolds. Our party has definitely learned how to kind of deal with kobolds here at the moment. All right. That was Harbrecht's turn. He still, well, that was his standard action. He still has a move and a minor. He doesn't really need a second wind right now because he's still at 31 of 37 hit points, so he's okay. He's down there on healing surges, but I mean they've been through 4 encounters, so 8 of 12 is not too bad. They've had worse. He's already used an action point, so we don't want to use up that next one. Gotta have one coming into whatever is inside this cave. So I think Harbrecht's just going to stay right there. The dragon shield obviously is not going to go anywhere. He's getting his +1. I mean, he could shift over to here, but then he's kind of out of cleave range, even though number 5 may go after him, come up there or whatnot. Number 5 is not going to happen until Skylar, so I think I'm going to leave him right there where he's at. So what I will do is go on to Perrin next. And I keep forgetting, all these guys in the trees do have cover. So they're going to have a -2 penalty to attack rolls. Okay, Perrin. We need to really get you over. I had an idea, but then I forgot it. Oh, he could do his grasping shards. I could have him shift back 1 and do grasping shards on number 9 and number 10 to kind of take them out. That might be a good idea. The area burst 1 within 10. Each creature in the burst. So you could have him shift back here into the trees. Number 10 is not in the trees. Number 9 is. So number 9 gets a +2 to its AC for cover. Well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Perrin is in kind of cover too, but yeah, let's see what happens. Grasping shards. Encounter power used up. All right, let's go on number 9 first. So with grasping shards, he's going to get a +5 versus fortitude, which the minion's fortitude is 11, really low. So on number 9, it's going to be a 13. Let's see if it hits. That's not enough. Nothing you can do there. Let's roll it on number 10. Again, please. I'll just type it in. Oh, there it goes. It's just being delayed. It might roll 2. Let's clear it. All right, roll it again. We're going to take the first one, by the way. That first one was 18. 3 dice go rolling out there. Yeah, DD Dice is kind of just lagging today. All right, number 18 will be on number 10. That'll be enough to kill him. Oh, by the way, that was Grasping Shards is a radiant damage, which I kind of used the multicolor one for. And he would place it just kind of like this. So say number 9, that kind of the trees added a little blockage for him as that radiant damage came out and prevented it from taking any sort of damage at all because it rolled the 8. And nothing really else that he can do to bolster that, to add anything to it. I mean, he does have his Divine Fortune. To give it a +1, that would still have been a 9. That's not enough to make an 11, so out we go. With that, let's go ahead and roll some damage for Perrin. Grasping Shards, 3 radiant damage is pretty much all on number 10, which he was kind of close up next. Oh, sorry, not 10, but 3 radiant damage, which is enough to send number 10 to the X-Shard. Into the ground. Okay. Now it's his move. Perrin still has a minor action. I think we're going to save it for... is he within 5 now? He moves over there. Is he within 5 now? He is. Look at that. Okay. We're going to do this now. Now he's going to knack for success, and he's going to grant a target to make a saving throw for knack for success. This is just a racial feature. So let's give Andor a saving throw and see if he can get that stink pot off. Saving throws against fear and opportunity attacks. Nothing ever gets to bolster that. And nothing, he doesn't get a +3. He just gets to make a straight saving throw. He doesn't get any sort of bonus or anything. So, on to Andor. Come on, Andor. Ah, rolled right off that 18. Man, he just can't seem to get this stink off of him. With that, it's back. That's done with Perrin. He used his move minor and standards. Unless he wanted to use an action point. You know, I think I'm going to save it for now. Things are looking pretty good for the group at this moment. So let's go ahead and just kind of save it at that. Our waterfall going here. Things are not going well for the party. I think the Kobold Slinger is up next. He's going to use his minor action, and he's going to shift back 1. And I think, does that provoke for Andor? Nope. Nope. Nothing gives him that. Okay. So, the Slinger is going to try to disengage, attack Andor again with another one of his special shots, and then see if he can get the heck out of there. So he used his minor action to shift. I think he'll use another stink pot. +8 versus AC against Andor. Let's see if this hits. 17 against Andor is a miss. Yes, that works. That is definitely a miss. Okay, so with that, I think he's going to move through, knowing that that this is not going well. He's going to try to go into the cave. So Slinger has a movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He's going to get to there. I mean, I'm going to say he's got some cover. He's got some cover at that point for from Andor inside the cave against any sort of attacks at the moment. But let's see what happens. That Slinger is only, where'd he go? He's at the top there. He's down to 15 hit points. So he may be out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Skylar is up next. She needs to get away. So let's have her. You know what? I'm going to have her shift there as her move action. She's used her evasion strike. She used her evasive strike. Now she can use her fading strike, but she doesn't get to move before it. I think twin strike would be better at this time. But she's going to provoke from number 6, though, by doing that. She could just stay there. Scoot over this way. She could just stay there and attack and go number 6 and number 9. Number 9 has cover. Number 6 is not in the trees. Yeah, there's really nowhere you can shift. She can shift to get out of there. And she doesn't have anything besides her daily that will allow her to shift before. No, that one doesn't even allow her to do that. So we're going to have her mark the nearest enemy as her quarry. That's her quarry. That's her minor action. And then, she already hero character, didn't she? No, she didn't use that yet. Okay. So then we're going to do a twin strike. Okay. She gets a +1 to this attack versus AC. So, a +11 versus number 6, and then 1 against number 9. And yeah, she's got to roll both attacks, 1 or 2 targets, 1 or 2 creatures. So +11 versus number 6. That's a hit. Roll it again against number 9. Ooh, that's still a hit. Yep, 15, 16. That's a hit. Okay. Before we roll damage, let's go ahead and resolve the number 6 is going to get a last shot of a opportunity attack against Skylar, and she gains a +2 bonus to AC against opportunity attacks from her defensive mobile. So that's just kind of her a feat that she has. So number 6 gets a +5 versus AC, and Skylar is going to get that +2 to her AC, makes it 22. He's got a hit. So +5 is not going to be enough. So with that, Skylar will do her twin strike damage. And with the twin strike, I think you roll 1d10 +2 per attack. So she's got to roll both attacks, which it doesn't really matter. It's going to hit them both. So on to number 6 is going to take 4 damage. Roll again for number 9. It takes 8 damage. So number 6, 4 damage. And number 9, who is just coming up, is going to take 10 damage. Both of them are out. Mark is off. Don't need to do anything else in the system. I had some X's up here. And with that, she's used her minor. She's used, we should got her an extra 1d6 on that there too. So, 4 plus 1d6 and blah, 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 blah. Makes it 6 damage. Okay, all good. He's out. He's gone. With that, she used her minor. She hasn't moved yet now. I think at this point, I'm going to have her do a move action to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and target that slinger inside the cave. He's got a -2 penalty or she's got an, he's got a cover. Let's look up cover, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's difficult terrain, but I'm going to say it provides a -2 penalty to the attack roll. Okay, so cover provides it for the attack roll. So, she's going to action point at this point. Use her 1 action point. And her best attack to try to take it out. I mean, he's already in the cave. But let's see. Anything that can do slow him down. Fading strike, and she can move 2 squares after that. Biggest damage is her sure shot. You can re-roll, but she still has her heroic effort to bolster that. But her best damage right now is going to be a nimble shot, but she can't quarry him. She's not going to get that extra d6 damage, because the closest enemy at this point is the dragon shield. Remember there. So with that, I think what we will do, you know, maybe I want to have her keep that action point for now. I think that Slinger's going to get away. I really, really do. She'll get up there. Andor's like, it's in through the water shield. Waterfall. Okay, we'll leave her there. Dragon shield number 1. All right, back over here. You know, if he disengages and goes after Skylar or Andor, he's going to provoke. So I would think he used his dirty taxes. He's got a straight short sword. We'll do first +7 versus AC against Harbrick. Boy, that dice is taking a little time today. Not sure why. There he goes. All right, 21 is gonna hit. Oh my goodness. Okay, because he gets a +8 actually, so that would have been a 22. That's going to be a hit against Harbrick. We'll go ahead and roll 1d6 +6. Ooh, minimum damage. 7 damage onto Harbrick. Okay, Harbrick takes another hit. Okay, he's down to 24 again. All right. You know, gosh, at this point, you know, maybe I have him shift up 1. Kind of to see if he can get flanking now with number 5 shifting up there. Let's see what happens, because number 5 is next. I'll leave him there, and yeah, he's going to use his shifty, move up 1. He's going to get a +1 plus a +2 for flanking on his attack against Harbrick with his javelin. So +5 versus AC, plus +1 plus 2 more, so +8. Ooh. Is that enough to hit? 14 is not enough. Oh my goodness, not enough to hit. Okay, he still has a move action, but I think they like staying right there. Mira's next. You know, maybe she'd focus on that slinger there, knowing that Harbrick's pretty much got this other taken care of, and Andor will too. So, what can she do? Any other encounters? Burning Hands. She can do a magic missile, 9 damage. That's not going to be enough to get him, but you know, maybe Perrin can finish it off. So, let's do that. The 9 damage is good. It leaves a chance. So, 9 damage on the slinger, because it's an auto hit. Magic missile is an auto hit. She could use her other action point to finish him off, but I don't want to use that one up yet. So let's do 9 damage on the slinger from Mira's. I don't think there's anything else she can bolster that with. Just a 6 plus a 1 enchantment bonus and 1 item bonus. Okay, so 9 damage. He's bloodied down to 6 hit points. Okay, so now he's almost able to get out of there. She will end her moon stride from here. Nothing really else she can do. Heroic effort, sleep, nope. Let's have her just go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to get in there. Get a little bit closer. Slinger's hurting. He's bloodied. I wonder if there's like a little bloodied marker, like the blood drops. Never really seen it before, but maybe there is. You never know. There's the hearts. Take a little time here. Take a look around. I mean, I'm sure we could do like the half heart or something if we really, really wanted to. You know, like that. Broken heart. There you go. I just put a broken heart on there for him. He's bloodied. And then the dragon shield's bloodied too. Do that same thing. Bloodied. Okay. Mira, she's done everything she could. Got a minor action, but nothing she can do with minor actions. With that, let's go on to Andor. Andor's coming back. Gonna move 2 over here. He's still taking a -2 penalty. Now he's got combat advantage against that dragon shield. Guess what's coming out? Sly Flourish. He is going to take a -2 penalty to the attack roll, but with his Sly Flourish and his combat advantage, it'll negate that. So it's basically just a straight D10, and he's got combat advantage, so he's going to get his sneak attack damage in there if he hits. So let's go 10 versus Sly Flourish against AC, and that's a critical. Perfect. Well, not really a perfect time for critical, because it's going to be completely overkill. So with that, let's figure it all out. 1d4 plus 8 plus 2d8 plus his duelist critical gets 1d8 if he has combat advantage, which he did. So it's going to be 1d4 plus 8 plus 3d8. Oh my goodness. Plus 8 plus 3d8. Yeah, overkill. 27 damage on the dragon shield. Instantly. Oh, it's, how many is that? Oh, that dragon shield takes -18. Yeah, guess what? You're no longer bloodied. You're no longer marked. And you are out. Give me a nice little X. He's no longer in the encounter. Nice move, Andor. Nice. Critical hit. Why couldn't he have done that earlier? Why couldn't that have happened earlier? With that, he's failed this stinking stink pot's been with him the whole time. Let's see if he can save. Finally. Maybe. Come on. He rolled a critical. Let's save. Guess what? It's still there. Moving on. Oh, goodness. That's too funny. There was no minors he could do at that point. I don't think they could give him anything. Yeah, he doesn't want to use his duelist dagger. He did reduce him to basically 0 hit points with that hit, so he could use his life drinker +1 power to where when you drop an enemy to 0 hit points with a melee attack made with the weapon, you gain 5 temporary hit points. He's not going to really need it. He hasn't been hit too much. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. Rain's pouring down on these guys. Andor can't even get the stink pot off of him. That was a nasty little stink pot. Okay, Harbreck's up next. He's up now, actually. Let's go ahead and have him just go ahead and try to reaping strike, I guess he could do. He's not marked yet because he had the other guy marked. So spinning strike, he could knock him prone. Cleave, there's no other enemies, so he's just going to reaping strike. He's got a +1, so it's going to be 10 for the attack. Let's see here. Make sure I got everything in here. Yep. 6 + 10 is a 16 against the minions. AC of 15 is a hit. And he will do, with his reaping strike, 2d6 + 6. And he'll mark the target. Oh, that's max damage. Wow. 18 overkill on number 5. Okay. Number 5 joins his buddies in the ground, in the X mark. And now we got one chance to take out this slinger before he could possibly get away. Harbreck still got a move action, so we'll have him go 1. I can't tell if that's difficult terrain down there. Let's look around. It's not. Okay. Andor's talking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll get up there. I mean, he could have done that as a move action. No, we can't pass forward. He doesn't really need a second wind at this time. It's not too. He's nothing he can do against that slinger. It's up to Perrin. Perrin, can you do 6 damage somehow? He's still got an action point too, so we might be able to do this. What is his range on his Lance of Faith? Is there anything he can do to immobilize? No, he can just slow with the grasping shards with area burst 1 within 10. I mean, that could work too, but slowed. Let's see what the condition slowed is. I think his movement becomes 2. So he can get a little bit further into that cave with a 1-2 movement. But then he could move another 1-2, but they can still kind of see him through there. Definitely in range. So that may be our best option. So let's have Perrin. Well, let's get Harbreck out of there first. He's already done everything he can. Perrin's on an X. We're in the 3rd round here. And the heroes have kind of cleaned him up here. All the kobolds outside the lair. But we got to get that slinger. Let's see. Okay, so he's got a movement of 5. So he could go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do a measurement. He is within 8 of him there. So with the grasping shards, he can do area burst 1, and it's radiant damage again. Let's get our marker out. Oops, and off. And grab while we're on the measuring tool. Oops. Let's get it to size. And he can place this. Oops. He can place this right there. Or he can even go right there. But it's an area burst you can see within there. And he is going to try to hit this. I mean, it's only going to do 3 radiant damage. It's not going to be enough, but it will be enough to slow that slinger so that Skylar and Mira might have another chance to end it before it can get away from visual sight. Let's try it. I'm going to save Perrin's action points too, but gosh, this has got to hit. Oh, oh. And he could use his symbol of hope power if he hits with this for and/or to save against the stink pot. All right, let's try it. Let's give it a shot here. Let's see how this all rolls out. Okay, grasping shards, area burst 1. Unless there's anything else. Is there anything else? Just ranged attacks, Lance of Faith. He could kill him. He could just go for the kill, and then somebody else gets a bonus. But if he doesn't slow that slinger, he's going to get away if he doesn't kill him. So it's like, all right, it's like one of those, they're at the goal line there, scored the touchdown, they got to go for the 2-point conversion for the win, or they can just kick the field goal and go to overtime. It's that same spot here. Sacred Flame, ranged 5. He's ranged 8, so he's got to do a 10. His Lance of Faith is not close enough either. So he's got to do the grasping shards. He's got to do the slowed. And they're being slowed until the end of his next turn. So here we go. Grasping shards it up. Let's. Oh, he already used it. Oh no. We can't go there. He already used it last when he hit those 2 minions to take him out. I think he missed one of them, and he took one of them out for the 3 radiant damage. Oh, I guess we gotta go. He still is not within range. Anything else with a range 10? Close burst 5? Nope. What to do? Close burst 20, that's on a blessed. An ally within 5 squares, you can spend a healing surge. I got nothing. He's done. I mean, the only thing I could think he could do at this point would be to double move. He's got a speed of 5, and then take another movement, and then enact for success. And then action point to try the 2-point conversion of a Lance of Faith or a Sacred Flame. Okay, so the lowest score for reflex, he's both a reflex, but it's a 14 on reflex. Oh, and then he's got to do 6 damage. Let's go. Okay. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's there. He's right there by it. He can see him. Action point time. We're going to use it. And I think we're going to do a Sacred Flame. He's got no bonuses, really. Not within range, but he's within range there. So he's got a Lance of Faith, or he's got a Sacred Flame. Healing Strike he's used. Grasping Shards he's used. Nothing really else he can do, but he does have his Divine Fortune. Let's go ahead and use that. It's a free action. He's going to use his Divine Fortune. He is going to gain a +1 bonus to your next attack roll or saving throw before the end of the turn. You can use this one channel divinity power. Has he used any other ones? Knack for Success is not channel divinity. Grasping Shards is not channel divinity. It's a divine, but it's not a channel divinity. So his channel divinity powers are consumed for this. So he's going to get a +1 bonus to his next attack roll, which will be, let's go ahead and do the Sacred Flames. So it's going to be a +6 versus reflex. This is it. Big shot. Big shot here. Let's see what happens. 16 is enough to hit the 14 of reflex. I also remember he takes a -2 to that attack, so it's actually going to drop it down 2 because of the cover. Remember, cover provides a -2 to the attack roll. So that would have made it actually down to a 4 so the 10 plus 4 is 14, just enough to hit his reflex. Okay, now it comes down to 1d6 plus 4. He's got to roll a 2 or better to kill the slinger. Oh, and then the rolling dice decides to just jiggle around there. Come on. Come on. Will the 2-point conversion go through? Perrin has already scored the touchdown. Come on, dice. Will the 2-point conversion go through for the win or the loss? He rolls exactly 2 for the 6 damage. They barely make it in the end zone. Dude, that was perfect. 6 damage onto him, and that will be enough to end him. Good job, Perrin. He's dead where he sits. Let's put the X on him and then mark the spot. Tried to get away, not quite enough. All right, we are out of combat now at this point, I think. Oh, also, with Perrin's, he is going to grant, with that Sacred Flame, the reason why I did this, he grants a saving throw. He's going to grant a saving throw. Did I do that right? Let me look at his roll here. Yeah, it's got the +6. Okay, no, I did it right. With his I was thinking the Divine Fortune, they didn't add the +1 first attack roll bonus, but really, it was still down to the negative. It was a 1d20 +4, which we still got the 14. All good. Let's see if Andor can finally save against this stinking stink pot. It's going to be funny if he rolls down bad. I'll 1. Well, it will go to the end of the encounter, and it will come off for poor Andor. Eventually, we're here because we are now out of combat. I'll take that off now. But it was kind of funny to see him fail 4 saving throws, even one provided by Perrin. Okay, with that, we are out of encounter. Let me scroll out here a little bit so we can see all the damage that the heroes have done. They have taken them all out again. I think with this moment and where they're at, and the slinger jumping into the cave, whatever is inside of this cave, well, we'll have to see to next time. What's it going to be like? Are they alerted? Are they not? We don't know. Let's go ahead and do some healing at this point, because I think that they would probably do that. Perrin is full. Skylar's okay where she's at. Mira's full. It's Andor and Harbrick, so they could use both of the healing words from Perrin. So let's do on, and Perrin has used one of his action points to actually end it. Skylar still has both hers. Mira has 1. Andor has both, and Harbrick has 1. So let's do Perrin's healing word is going to be healing surge, and regain a plus 1d6 additional and a +3 for +3 for healing's lore and a +1 for the enchantment bonus. So 1d6 +4 plus Andor's 7 surge. Excuse me. Okay, so 1d6 +4 +7. Oh, rolled right off that 6. 13 healing onto Andor. And he uses a surge. He's back up to full. Harbrick, same thing. Harbrick is a 9, so with Perrin's, he's going to get the 1d6 +4 +9. +4 +9. Ooh, not bad. 16 healing. Oops, not 6. 16. Which will bring him back up to full, and uses another healing surge. All right. With that, we will go ahead and end the encounter. Yes, the monsters will go there. Let's go ahead and remove all the monsters. And let's take a short rest. So Clear all monsters from the count. I guess, yeah, we can do that. Clear all temporary hit points. Yep. And surges are where they're at. You got them all there. Everyone's full max except for Skylar. She doesn't really need to use one now. She's only 1 hit point down. And they are not going to take an extended rest. So they just did a short rest, not with a milestone. But they have their action points used as accordingly. I guess I could have took off like the plus action points. Like, okay, so Andor has both his. Let's go ahead and recharge this one. And let's take off the plus one. Use that one. Mira. No, I guess it goes the other way. Yeah, it does go the other way. No, that's fine. That's fine. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Recharge. Use. And I think it was, yeah, it was Parrot that used his at the last second there. We're going to recharge that one, and we're going to use this one here. So, where are we at here? Well, let's see. What kind of treasure do we find on these guys? When they quickly are checking it before they got to get into that cave to see what's going on. They'll find 4 gold pieces and 17 silver pieces. So, we'll add that to the party's fund. And we will move on into the next encounter to see what the heck is going on inside that cave. With that, until next time, hope you enjoyed it. It was fun, kind of interesting ending there. Good job by Perrin to go for the 2-point conversion and get that slinger. Before he could possibly have notified somebody, we don't know. We'll have to find out. They're right there trying to head into the cave, probably next encounter, to see what's going on inside there. With that, till next time.